to the stores, one has to be very cautious not transporting adulterated items with the harvest to the stores. Talking about disease, insect infestations, stragglers, and other impurities that can accompany those harvests to the stores. And again, the stores itself, how prepared are we? How to ensure a good storage facilities for our farm produce. That's the outlook for today's presentation of the program, Farmers Time, with me, Muhammad Abbasadik from Lecture Research Institute, the institute that has a national mandate for genetic improvement of millet, wheat, and barley here in our country. Welcome once again. And to discuss this, or to look at our lineup of topics to discuss, we have in the studio a very known person, the program leader, Millet Research Program of Lecture Research Institute, who has been with us in several occasions in this program, giving us insight, giving us knowledge on the best practices of millet production in our farms. Our guest today is no other person but Dr. Mariam Abba Daud. It's always a pleasure having you in the program, Doctor.
Thank you.
That is the outlook of the program, and we shall be discussing this with my guest today, Dr. Mariam Abba Daud. Doctor, it is time for harvest.
Yes.
And in this part of the country, it is a common sight that we see farmers selecting seeds from the harvest, looking at good-looking panicles, compacted panicles. But is this practice, yes, something to be encouraged, and we want to also see that what they select from the harvest, is it, can you compare it with the seeds that they ought to have obtained from us, or how do you look at it in general perspective?
Yeah, thank you, Abbasadik, once again. This is really an important topic, because after establishing a field to the end, then what next? Really, what next? And we are talking about millet.
Yes.
Apart from being a food security crop, millet is also a nutritional security crop. Why I'm saying that is because it has high protein content, having high fiber also, and other nutrients, especially iron and zinc. And we all know the role it's played.
Yes.
Protein, the iron and zinc, and then the fiber itself. Now, because of the importance of this millet, after harvest to the end, what next?
Yes.
We shouldn't relax. So now we are talking about selecting our seed for the next season from our harvest. Yes. From the harvest we have now, what do? Should we just keep it and go and get another one? Or go ahead and select from? Is it okay or not? This is the question, right?
Yes.
Fine. So the answer is, it is okay to select from your harvest. But it is better if you can go and get it from the source again.
Good.
Because from the source, meaning if you can go to Lecture and get the good seed, the improved seed from Lecture Research Institute again, you are likely to have a better quality because it's 100% pure. It is from the source now. But this one, the one you are now selecting from your harvest, is your harvest plus what is surrounding you, the other farmers that you don't have control over, plus the leftover seed in your field. Maybe the previous year you planted something else, not the improved variety. Let me take Super Sosa, for example, which is our improved variety from Lecture Research Institute. If you plant Super Sosa this season and you harvested, you harvested it now, this is the right time, right?
Yes.
So from that, if you want to select, probably in the field, you may not see Super Sosa 100%. Because there is definitely going to be mixture. It is an open pollinated crop, meaning it is likely, over 80% likely, to mix up with other varieties of millet surrounding
the
neighborhood, exactly, which you don't have control over. Or from your field, what you planted last year, the previous season, or some years back, that maybe fell in the ground, some of the seed, it will also germinate. And then come and pollinate.
May not necessarily
what
be
you
of
have.
the same variety.
Exactly, because now it's Super Society, before now it's something else. It may be farmers local. So now you are now mixing these two genetics together, and it will pollinate yours and contaminate your improved variety. So the most likelihood is for you to have a lower yield than what you used to have if you are to use this one. But it's still okay to select from it this year, and maybe if you insist the second year. But it's not advisable to select from it for 3 good years continuously. Because even without we telling you or advising you, you will see a reduction in yield drastically. In yield and even the quality. You will see so many kind of millet, not only super succeed.
Okay.
So that is it. It is okay, but very okay or more okay if you can go and get it from the source.
It's okay to select from the harvest what you can use next year, but it cannot be on a continuous basis.
Exactly.
If you do it this year, next year try and get the your seed from the source, the main source that like Lecture Research Institute or any reputable seed company around, that you can get your seed, that you are sure of what you are planting. Thank you very much. Yes.
In addition to selecting it from your own, make sure that you select the true to type material.
Good.
I'm still using either Chapti, what we release, or Super Sosat, or Yelloa, or Gargasa from Lecture Research Institute.
Okay.
So if you are to use your own saved seed, now it is called own saved seed, it's not from the source.
Yes.
Then make sure that you select the true to type material. Okay. You should know the morphology, kind of the architecture of the variety you're using. You should have you should know it very well. So if you are to select from it, then it must be the panicle shape, the grain size, the grain color, the boldness of the grain, the compactness of the panicle. It just have to be true to type. It must be the type of material you bought earlier. If you got something else from your source, that means you have contaminated it yourself. Good. So make sure it is a true to type material.
And again, Doctor, if you remember in our last edition of the program here, we discussed harvesting and threshing.
Yes.
And now that this activity is going on, is about to start, after the harvest and the selection and all the other on-farm processes, there's the need for transportation.
Exactly.
You need to transport those harvest or the items to store, home, or marketplace or whatever. And in the course of this, what do you advise our farmers to be cautious of in order to avoid adulteration or maybe insect infestation, carry along diseases like strigers and all the other impurities that may accompany those harvests to either your store or home?
Yeah. What I will tell our farmers about this is, in the field, when you plant millet, there is likelihood for you to encounter things like striga, which we call it uta or makasa in Hausa. So if you have things like that, it's very noxious. It's kind of killing whatever you have. It's not good. So if you see this kind of parasitic plant striga or downy mildew affects the panicle itself. So the panicle, instead of giving you the grain yield, it will now kind of giving you a crazy head. You will see kind of leafy things on the head instead of the panicle itself. So, and then you can also find ergot.
Okay.
Ergot, which looks like honey on the panicle, or smut, kind of like fungal infection on the panicle itself. Okay. So these are common. There are so many, but these are the most common ones that we are experiencing here. So when you harvest, it is good for you to select, to look for all these kind of materials in your seed, in the grain you harvested.
And make sure
you discard all this out of it, all. If you don't, and then you transport this, your grain, your harvest, from the source to where you want to keep it, you are transporting it along with all the insect, the diseases, the pests, is following you to the store. And if it goes there and found kind of a good environment there, exactly, it will multiply. It will multiply. So next time if you come and plant it, or even if you take it to a field that it doesn't have striga, you are now taking striga from your previous harvest.
Wow.
Yes, so you are infecting a good field again.
It was Farmers Time coming to you from the studios of NTA Zonal Network Center here in the state capital with me, Muhammad Abbasadik from Lecture Research Institute, and we'll be discussing selecting panicles from our harvest and also transporting our harvest to store or any storage facility or home, and be cautious of how your harvest is being transported to your destination. If you need further clarification or you need details, you can always contact us on our telephone number, always displayed on your screen, 08080267286, 08080267286. You can send a text message or use our WhatsApp platform on this number. You can always send it, and inshallah, once it gets to us, we'll look at it and we'll answer it in our programs. Again, if you need more details, we have our extension guides and information leaflets that whatever we produce, or rather we do in this program, is there always there for you. We have the extension guides in English, in Kanuri language, in Hausa, and also in Hausa language, but Ajami writing. We give it out to our farmers free once you get to our office looking for the extension guide and the information leaflets on our mandate crops. And even the non-mandate crops, we have our extension information leaflets that we give out free of charge to our farmers. We have rice production, cassava production, maize, livestock, fishery, poultry, and lots of others. Once you come to Lecture Research Institute, we are situated at Gamboru Ngala Road, kilometer 5, Gamboru Ngala Road, before Muna Garage on the right hand side. Or if you are coming out from the city, we are located on the right hand side of your vehicle, or on the right hand side of the road. Once you come in, inshallah, at the gate, just ask for the farm broadcast unit or the extension department. Inshallah, we'll give you 3 copies of the booklets that you are looking for free of charge, so that you can go and read that and see all the best agronomic practices of the production of these crops. We thank you very much for all your comments in our Facebook media platforms that we always receive. We appreciate. Doctor, still after the harvest and the good transportation mode, we are now heading towards the store. In a general note, how these storage facilities look like before we even go to how to even store it? How is it going to look like? The best storage facility for millet?
Yeah, so we have different storage facilities. Let me start with. We can store in silos.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can store in silos, which we normally call it rumbu in Hausa. We can store in bags, either 50 kg bag, 100 kg bags, or 2 kg, depending on the size you want to. Maybe if you are a seed producer, you like different categories of sizes. And then we can also store in metallic kind of housing.
Containers.
Yes, containers.
Okay.
Yes, a big housing, a big container for you to keep it there. So you can store in this one also. And then whatever the case may be, it has to be properly dried.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to be properly dried, because if not, it will inhabit kind of diseases and insects. Yes, even if it was clean, but if it is not dry, gradually all this will come up.
Okay.
So it has to be dry, and then scientifically, it has to be less than 13% moisture.
Okay.
Yeah, so as low as that. Above that, it will affect the grain. It will not store well for long.
Okay.
And apart from dryness, it has to be cool. It needs cool temperature. So me saying cool doesn't mean it has to be humid at the same time.
Okay.
So only cool. So mostly in bigger storage facilities, they kind of mount AC, air condition, 2, 3, 4, depending on the size.
Okay.
So they mount this, and at the same time, they kind of they put dehumidifier
Okay.
to remove the humidity outside.
Okay.
They will channel it outside, where it will be cool but dry. And then the third one is it has to be clean.
Okay.
Because we don't like cracks, dirt, all this. It has to be clean, very, very clean, very, very dry, and then cool. So if you have these 3, you can store your seed for long.
Okay, Doctor, as you may observe at this time of harvest, this year's rainy season has prolonged.
Yeah.
After this moment, we experience patches of rainfall here and there, and certainly once the rains are still with us, there's tendency for moisture.
Exactly.
And in most cases, you see our stores, the common ones, maybe you have cement floors.
Exactly.
And in such a situation, you cannot escape moisture.
Exactly.
And going forward, we also experience, but like in this part of the state, we experience flooding. Certainly after this flood, there are moistures. How do we go about our storage while the moisture is still around?
As I said earlier, even if there is moisture, try to make it dry. In any way, try to make it dry. Apart from drying it, as you said, if the floor is cement, then we construct kind of, how do you call it?
A bed?
Yeah, somehow a bed. Yeah, like that wood that we put it in the bed.
Okay.
Yes. So you construct it just to avoid keeping the bag directly on the floor. Because if it is kept directly on the floor, gradually after some time, it may start the moisture on the floor, on the ground, maybe beneath the cement itself. It will gradually penetrate and affect the grain yield, the grain itself, or the seed itself. Or if there are some cracks that you may not even see, termites can grow between these cracks and then attack your seed. And then insect also, from some angle that you may not even know, can also come and attack your seed. Okay. So mostly we make construction of some beds, either metallic or woody, anyone that is cheaper for you and can do the work.
Okay.
Then you put it on it.
Thank you very much, viewers. We still remind our viewers that you can always reach us on our telephone number by sending text message to 080-8026-7286, 080-8026-7286. You can send in your questions or comments or any observations to this number. You can also use our WhatsApp platforms on this number. And again, you can visit our website on www.lcri.gov.ng, www.lcri.gov.ng, official website page of the institute. You can get details of our activities. If you want to send in message to us, you can use our email, info@lcri.gov.ng, info@lcri.gov.ng. You can also visit our social media platforms on Facebook at LCRI Media, LCRI Media at Facebook. Again, if you want to see our pictures, videos of all our activities, research activities, and all other works of Lecture Research Institute, you can visit us. Visit our Instagram page, LCRI Communication. LCRI Communication at Instagram. You see all our activities, research activities, and all the content of our programs are there for you. And we thank you very much for all the messages that we receive from you, encouraging us in this program and also commending us and, of course, the largest TV network in Africa, the NTA, for bringing the program to our living rooms every Saturday at this hour. We thank you very much, and we do hope that you continue sending and you continue watching our program, Farmers Time, on NTA Zonal Network Center here in the state capital. We thank you very much. Again, Doctor, moisture is there, and that is how to avoid it. Then, any other thing like insects? How do we need to bring in something to curtail the insect attacks or diseases in the store?
Yeah. So the most common insects that are found in the store in case of millet is the rice weevil. The rice weevil is small and brown and infests the millet quickly. And we have another one which is called maize weevil. It's like the rice weevil, but it's bigger than the rice weevil. Also quickly infests the millet seed. And we have the moth. The moth is a larvae, like a baby of the seed. It's a larvae. This one is very dangerous. It's not good at all if you find it there. So these are the common insects that are found in the store. Okay. So what do you do if you see this?
Good.
Yeah, it's good to regularly inspect the store. From time to time, you don't just say it's dry and cool and it's clean, it's okay. You put everything and then lock it till next year. No. You should regularly check. You should be inspecting because anything can come up. Okay. So you should be checking it, and if you see any of this, maybe if you see the insect, you can use deterrents. We have something like the natural deterrents. You don't even have to go for strong insecticide because it's not very recommendable because it's now seed or it's now grain. So yeah, we
edible materials.
The edible. We kind of discourage the use of insecticides, but sometimes you just have to use it. But from the beginning, we prefer you using the deterrents such as the neem seed oil. And we have enough neem around here in the northern part. So you can use this as deterrent. This is the neem seed oil. If you put it in the store, it deters the insects. It chases them away. Okay. The insect, yes. So we use that also. And then you can also seal if you check. And then maybe sometimes if there is air or any crack, you try to seal all this. If you do that, you are controlling the insects or the disease coming up.
I've seen a question from a farmer last week on our platform asking about this storage. He wants to know if there's any difference between the store that is cemented and the store that has the natural, normal ground. That the store is just built, but the floor is just
Sand. Yes.
Is there any difference, or what is the effect of these two?
Yeah, there is difference really. The cemented one is better because the one that is sand is like you put the what you call, even if it is a panicle, before you even put it in the bag, you keep it in the sand, even in the field, you just come and see termite, overnight termite.
Okay.
You'll see insects, ants taking their share.
Okay.
So it's like you are giving the soil food. So many things in the soil will come and eat it up. So it will be destroyed if you keep it directly on the soil. So it's better to use the cement. Even with the cement, remember I said you should construct something before keeping it.
Okay,
it
like
shouldn't be
bed,
directly on the cement.
Okay.
Yeah, so really you shouldn't use just sand and then keep your...
Okay, doctor, what are windows? Can we provide windows for ventilations?
No
need.
Yes, it should be airtight.
Okay.
We prefer it airtight because things can come in and go out through the windows. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Time is actually against us, and this is television program. We need to actually respect time and draw the curtains for this week's edition of the program. At this point, we thank you very much. And inshallah, in our subsequent program, we shall invite you to come and discuss with us on another important topic for our farmers. We thank you very much. Viewers, we are going to have another topic on storage and storage facility with yet another guest, inshallah, in this program. We appreciate our guest for this week, Dr. Mariam Abba Dawood, Program Leader, Millet Research Program of Lecture Research Institute, who has been very consistent whenever we invite her for our program, and very, very supportive of the program. We appreciate you for all what you are doing for our program. Thank you very much, Doctor. And we do hope you appear in our subsequent programs to give us more lights. Thank you very much. We appreciate you for your time and for your patience, for your comments and suggestions in this program. We appreciate you, and we always invite you to tune in to NTA Zonal Network Center every Saturday at 7:30 for our program, The Farmer's Time, and also Filin Manoma in Hausa and Dendel Barioye, Praskaram Barioye in Kanuri every Saturday at 7:30. Thank you very much for all your support and your questions and your suggestions, and we invite you to always look out for this program. We respectively appreciate the efforts of our Executive Director, Professor Babagana Jukutum Kabir. We appreciate you, sir, for the support in ensuring that this program comes on air every Saturday. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate all our research scientists, our HR departments, research scientists, and entire staff of Lecture Research Institute that makes this program a huge success. We appreciate you all. We also appreciate the efforts of the staff of the Nigerian Television Authority, Zonal NTA Zonal Network Center here in the state capital, for making it possible for the program to reach your living rooms. We appreciate you and thank you very much. At this point, our usual uncle, Muhammad Abbasedin, saying bye-bye and God bless you all.
We welcome you. And the former youngest military governor under the tenure of General Yakubu Gowon is also here with us, a king, a paramount ruler. Today, let's please welcome King and his queen, Dieter Spiff. Please give him a round of applause, please. Former Minister of Environment, Her Excellency Senator Helen Neswene, we welcome you. Engineer Abubakar E. Momo, Honorable Minister of Niger Delta Development, we want to welcome you. Please, a round of applause for them as we recognize them very quickly. Most Reverend Dr. Michael Icha, Testimony Simon, Your Grace, we welcome you, sir. And we also recognize your presence, Chief Joe Kiari, Gadzama, OFR, SAN, Shatima Borno and his wife, Mrs. Christine Mina Gadzama, we welcome you. We also recognize Minister of Tourism, Lola Adejohn.